Barry looked around the table for another milk to open. He looked at Jackie, but she had the same reusable water bottle she always brought to school. It was covered in fried pickles, decals, and video game stickers. Jackie, how come you never buy milk? Barry asked. I'm lactose intolerant, she said. So here's to Barry for keeping me and the frog lactose free today. The whole table toasted with their milks. To Barry! Barry, Didi said. In the unlikely event that we were ever in a comic. Ever again, Whammy interjected. Opening milk cartons would definitely be your superpower. It felt good to be the best at something, even something silly. Now that Barry had opened every carton at table 18, he turned to table 17. Need any help with your milk? He asked. Hey, has anyone seen goats today? Bobby asked as they walked into science class. Barry was very relieved when Miss Frank told everyone to take a seat. He didn't want to admit that he wished the goats away. Today, we are going to hear a little more about our winning science fair projects. Dylan is out sick, some stomach bug apparently, and baby Jetty's whereabouts are always a mystery. So you're up, Barry. Barry couldn't believe his good luck. First, he had discovered something he was absolutely the best at, and now he got to talk about science, something he was definitely good at. He walked at the front of the classroom. Thanks, Miss Frank. I'm excited to share. The classroom door opened, and Jill Mrs. Parker stood wobbling in the doorway. She held a slip of paper toward the science teacher. Thank you, Mrs. Parker, Miss Frank said. She read the notes without commenting on the knitting needles suspended in Mrs. Parker's translucent body. Well, Barry, science will have to wait. It looks like your services are required in the cafetorium. There's been a tropical pudding emergency, and they need you to open 147 half pints of milk right away. 147 perfectly opened milk cartons later, the bell rang. Barry had to play rehearsal even though he didn't feel much like America's favorite dessert. His thumbs hurt, and he couldn't stop wondering where the tentacle monster had sent goats. But he tried to shake it off. It was time to be the best green Jello-2 anyone had ever seen. As to, scenes to, from the top, said Mr. Noodleshandle. Green Jello 1 says, everyone's favorite Jello is sublime, Phyllis said, pointing toward the line on her costume. Very nice, Phyllis. And then Green Jello 2 says, and their second favorite is Goose Very nice, Barry said. Since nobody at Newfield knew what a gooseberry looked like, Barry's gel boss costume showed a cranky-looking goose, a plus sign, and a picture of his own face. Sorry for the interruption. Mr. Noodleshunger, may I talk to you for a moment? Principal Rodriguez asked, poking her head through the cafeteria door. The others whispered quietly, and Barry took the opportunity to practice his giggle. Mr. Noodleshunger walked back toward the cast. Barry, we've decided that this role isn't the best use of your talents. Your help has been requested in the teacher's lounge. We just got a shipment of coffee creamers and we need you to open them, Principal Rodriguez said with a smile. Barry spent the next week getting put out of classes, clubs, and sports to open milk cartons. There wasn't time for a single game of goat ball, and he never did get to talk about his science project or learn how Baby Gertie had become a popular expert. Even worse, the more time he spent opening milk cartons, the lousier he became at everything else. His Jenga towers toppled. His Sudokus seemed unsolvable. His topiaries just looked like shops. And every day at lunch, a long line of students waited, milk cartons in hand, for him to show off his one talent. As he stood opening enough milks for last two to make a cream sauce that everyone would later regret eating, he heard the intercom squawk. Attention! Newfield Elementary! I'm thrilled to announce that with the money we've saved by having Barry open all our milk without spilling any, we can afford that expensive gel mold prop we wanted for our school play. Thanks a lot, Barry. One chicken patty day finally came around again. Barry spent so much time opening meals that he wasn't second in line, or even 20 seconds, and they went out of patties before he could even ask for one. He sat down at table 18 with his mystery meat alternative sandwich and his milk, which he opened perfectly on the first try.